to adventure. This is going to be the, well, it should be the first video in the collection. So I say collection, I'm hoping I manage to keep the motivation up and keep going. But it's going to be just a little sort of introduction to the channel. It's going to be a few different sort of little adventures. Basically what I already do, but I'm just going to kind of film it. So a few sports like, you know, climbing, caving, kayaking, canoeing, bit of canyoning, bit of surfing, all sorts of different things. I can't really make my mind up on which sports I like, so I tend to just try them all, as long as they're outdoors. So yeah, the channel's just going to be a few different adventures. I tend to do a lot with my mates as well, so they'll probably be in them every now and again, but today's just going to be me. The first adventure in the sort of series is going to be a canoe camp. So I'm just on Wasdale at the moment, just parked in the National Trust car park, and I'm going to move over to the other side, because today the wind's blowing southwesterlies. So I'm gonna go with the wind. Normally if I were returning to the same spot I would go against it, just so it's kind of a little bit easier on the way back. But I've no signal and I've not checked the weather, so I don't actually know what the wind's doing tomorrow, so I'm going to take the wind today instead. So I'm going to come with the wind, search the opposite side of the lake to the road, see if I can find some firewood, find any decent camp spots or anything like that. Hopefully I find a good one, cook on an open fire, chill out for the evening, camp, get up in the morning and come back. Now it should be pretty relatively simple, you know. So in about sort of 5-10 minutes I'm going to make my way over to the I say car park, there's a little lay-by, pop my van in there, get some kit sorted. Pretty simple, canoe obviously, tent, sleeping bag, roll mat, something to cook on, something to cook in, a few bits of food, a few bits of water, so on, an axe and pot and a knife. And that's pretty much all you need really. I'm not going too far. It's just more just for chilling out and a bit of fun while the weather's quite nice. It's been pretty miserable lately. So yeah, come along and I hope you enjoy. Just getting packed up now. Trusty lawnmower dry bag. They are good. However, I don't think I ever trust just one dry bag. So a double bag. Fingers crossed it's all right. It shouldn't be too much of a problem today anyway. I mean, it's sunny, it's nice. Stuff did get wet, probably dry out. But, yeah, it's better to just make sure it's not, you know. So dry bag number one is purely camping gear, stuff that I'll only need once I've arrived at camp. I have another dry bag with food, and another dry bag with stuff that I could do with being handy. So although it does not seem like it's going to rain, you never know. I carry my waterproofs in here, first aid kit in here, especially when you're taking an axe and a saw and stuff like that, you never know. So first aid kit in here, nice and accessible, and a few snacks maybe, a few drinks, bottle of water, going to be in that one, which is better than having to dig through everything else just to get it out, you know. Most of my kit's ready. I'm just walking to the bank now. Obviously I've had a proper look at the lake sort of since I've got here. My plan was to camp on that side over there. I'm pointing that right. There's only a few spots that might just work. The bank's very steep, which I think Wastwater is one of the deepest lakes possibly, and that's probably because of that bank probably just continues straight down. Could be talking rubbish, maybe check it. But yeah, so it's all very steep. So we're gonna have a look. I'm gonna head round that first. It's probably only 200-300 metres that way. Come round on the opposite side and just keep my eye out. One of the ideal spots that I've seen, you see them that tree line over, I don't know if you see it on the camera, it's a bit of a tree line over there. Might just be a sort of flat enough bank, flat enough beach to camp on, but we'll have a look. Worst case scenario, just come back over this side. The good thing is it's not that big of a lake. But yeah, canoe's down here now, got the bags, just going to load up, get sorted, have a bit of a drink of water and set off, so yeah. It's the shoes off, Joe. So first job is going to go get some firewood. So after scanning sort of around the bank, it doesn't look that great. All that side is sort of steep scree, or mostly steep scree. This side, there's a few trees and everything else, but obviously there's a lot more people. You're right close to the road, that sort of thing. So we're going to get some wood before we make camp, rather than relying on it being there. And there's a little sort of forest just over this side, so we're going to head over there first. Funnily enough, my mate Jack, I was driving up to the car park and I saw a big white van. I thought, that looks like my mate's van. And so he's arrived. I did let him know I was coming here. I didn't know he was coming. But yeah, he's going to tag along for the adventure anyway. He's got some stuff to do. So I'm going to go get the wood, get sorted. He's going to meet us in camp later on. It should be nice. It's always nice sharing a campsite with somebody else. Yeah, I mean, I've been his pal for about 15 years, so we don't talk much, you know what I mean? We just sort of share the space, but it should be good. Should be good. I'm pretty sure he's relying on me for tea, so I think we're on corned beef hash tonight. I think I class it as a Lancashire special, but it might not be. It's just maybe it's just my family that just love a bit of corned beef hash. But either way, anyways, it is an absolutely stunning day. It's a beautiful place. I've not paddled on here before. Why, I don't know. It is a little bit far out of the way. You drive past many lakes just to kind of get over to this section, really, I suppose. But yeah, it's definitely worth the drive over. But it's beautiful. I must admit, I think canoeing is definitely one of my favourite things, and it's not normally. I would sort of like. The enjoyment of the sport would be sort of how much adrenaline there is. So like when you're climbing and stuff, and and you're canyoning and all that sort of thing, I tend to be pretty scared. I'm maybe not scared, but it gets your adrenaline going, you know. And I think that's mostly what I like about them kind of sports. But with this, it's more just the fact that it's so chilled out. Just you and whatever you've brought with you, maybe a pal or two. Just chilling out, moving on the water. I think moving on the water is a great way to travel. You don't half cover some distance, you know. Sort of pile, depending on the wind, like between sort of 5 and 7 kilometres an hour, I reckon. Depending on what you like. You definitely go faster, definitely go slower. But yeah, it's just nice and relaxed. See some absolutely stunning places as well. I mean, there's not, unless you've actually been on the water, you wouldn't have seen this perspective of Wasdale or any of these sort of mountains around you. You know, it's beautiful, absolutely stunning place to be, you know. It's good to calm the mind and all that, you know. So we've arrived at the first location. I think I've already said, but first job is firewood. There's nowhere sort of down the side, or it doesn't look like there's going to be anywhere around the side. So we've come to the forest to get some so we can cook. Yeah, we'll have a sort of little fire. with any fire, obviously a little preparation goes a long way. So ideally what we want is a load of kindling, or small sticks, something that's going to take a light pretty easy. Some medium sticks and some larger sticks. If we're struggling with kindling, we can split them down, sort of chop them up or whichever. Obviously there's a million and one different ways of sort of getting a fire done. Ideally we want some sort of dead wood. Well, definitely dead wood, but ideally it would be standing. So the ground, even though it's been dry for a little bit, the ground is still, it's a bit damp, and if that was being on the ground, it's more likely taking on moisture, rotting, that kind of thing. We want some nice dry wood. So standing dead wood's your best bet. Or say standing dead wood, something like this will be ideal. Now, although the main trunk is down on the ground, all these bits up here are perfectly dry and dead. That wood will also burn very well. So I've got my saw, just a basic pruning saw from Amazon or whichever, works really well, and we're just going to take these little chunks off here and use them for a bit of firewood. Not only we've got a medium sticks there, we've got a smaller stuff to sort of. So happy days, I'll do that and then we should be off. Mission successful. It's good, got some wood, plenty of it. It's the general rule, collect enough wood and collect some more. So the plan is now, so we're going to head in that direction over there, and there's an ideal spot that we've sort of had a look at it from the bank, mind you, that we think is going to be alright. Might just be enough of a beach to camp a tent or two. So we're going to head over that way. I'm hoping Jack should have sorted his stuff and he's going to meet us over there. So we'll say hello to Jack, hopefully. And yeah, might even go for a swim. It is absolutely stunning. The water is so clear. It's very inviting. So yeah, I'm going to head back over that way now, and with the wind, which is nice. It's beautiful. And say hello. Ooh, it's tiring work, that. Especially in the sun, it's warm, got a proper sweat on. Now, what I was hoping, I'm not sure at what point the camera cut out, but I've gone and had a look at the other camp spot. It's very steep. There is a few trees. We could put a hammock up maybe. But I paddled around the corner and I found this. Now this isn't too bad. There's a bit of a flat section. So just there, flattish, big enough for a few canoes, 2 people and a fire. So I'm going to go with this is the one. I'm just hoping Jack recognises where I am, because we were about 200 metres up that way. So I'm hoping he carries on paddling down and sees us, but he should do. He should do. Yeah, we'll get sorted and get camp up. Woo! I walked 20 metres down again, found a better beach. This here is the camp spot, which I mean is pretty beautiful. It's not perfectly flat, but the compromises that we made to be somewhere so nice. So I hope Jack's happy with it. Now, obviously we're on rocks, so pegs aren't going to work. I did try, I was a bit optimistic, but the pegs aren't going to work, so we're going to use rocks to peg the tent out. There's a few ways of doing it, I suppose, but you just need them nice and tight. Now I always carry a little bit of spare cord, a bit of cordage with me. So what I'll probably do is tie him out, get a rock, tie him onto a rock, and then place the rock where I want to keep the tent nice in tension. Now I don't think there's supposed to be an extreme wind. We'll soon see. But I mean, I'm going to be laying in a tent, so it's not going to blow away on me. Or it shouldn't blow away on me anyway. As long as there's heavy enough rocks. So I'll show you what I've done afterwards. But I should be sound. Should be. All right, we're all pitched up, just about pitched up with ropes. I'll show you. Listen, it's not. I won't call it a professional job. We've attached a few ropes to a few rocks. Look at that, and piled them on top. Now, will it blow away? It's a bit windy, probably. Will we have waves in front of the tent? Possibly, but that is the risk you take for a view like this. So we're just about set up now. Tents are up, fires. So Jack's doing a sterling job, to be fair. I'll show you. Say hello, Jack. Give us a wave. Going. He arrived. He's pitched up just next to me. Used sort of rocks to pitch him, but they should do alright. Should do fine. But we're going to chill out, have some scran, have some food. We're on corned beef ash. Now, I've told a few people that I don't know how popular corned beef ash is. I've told a few people, and a few people pull the face, but I think it's great. I think it's banging, to be fair. Tripod. Nice little tripod there, and he's doing a cracking job with firewood there.
That's cool, isn't it? I didn't know it did that. And I saw you do that, and I thought, what the fuck's it doing, bending backwards?
Yeah, so you get a better angle, innit? How's it looking, Jack?
Get in there.
Yeah.
With the corned beef stew.
Looks alright, that.
It's good, isn't it?
Oh, yeah.
I don't know how beans are going to go with it.
Yeah, beans are going. Call me fast, mate. Beans, and it'd be nice with a bit of pastry. Bit of pastry, maybe a bit of bread.
Yeah, bread would be ideal. This is a thing I had something.
Yeah, I know. Bread's over in that direction. There somewhere.
If you fucking go from this every day,
Yeah.
as well as what you do after. You have more shit with it, I think you like.
The
You might die a few years early if you're getting up so early.
Yeah, that's the problem though. Like,
But I'd rather, what
you're
if,
doing something evening as well, it's something. A little viewer camp there. Classic town, there's Jack's canoe. And there's the view. Stunning. So we're going to chill around the fire now. Chill out, chew the fat, talk some shit as one may say. And yeah, get ready down when it goes dark probably. Well, whenever the fire runs out. Up early tomorrow. I've not decided what to do tomorrow, so I'm sure we'll see. But yeah, night for now. Good morning. Whoa. I slept well. Slept pretty well actually. Considering my mat, it looks like it's full here actually, doesn't it? But it was popped. Unfortunately, which is a shame. It's not It's kind of my better one, but luckily I brought two. So it's not been too bad at all. That's sort of the benefit of being in a canoe. You can just put anything you want in it, really, which is nice. So yeah, good comfy night's sleep, really. Just gonna make a brew, make some porridge, and crack on with the day, really. Jack left early this morning. He had some sort of an assessment to do, so he had to be in Lancaster for around 10 o'clock, so he set off early this morning. I've had a lie-in, like a proper lie-in. It is 20 past 9, which is it's quite late to be having a tent up, really, but didn't wake up. So I'm going to make a brew, make some porridge, and off we go. Brew's ready. They're pretty good, these pots. I forget what they're called. There's a few different. I don't think it's got a name on it. There's a few different brands, but they're all right because you can put them on fire. You've got, you know, a lid. Now they normally come with a little metal bit here, so you can hang it off the tripod. But me being me, I've lost it. So I've seen a few hats you can do, like you just use a tent peg or something like that, but I've not got around to that yet. But you know, you can cook your tea in it, you can boil plenty of water in it, you can put it on fire, I've seen a lad do a jacket potato in it once, actually. I've not done it myself, but if you tilt it on its side, put a few rocks in the bottom, ideally not rocks that have been in lake like they explode, but normally-ish. Put a few rocks on bottom so it raises it from surface. Put your lid on, give it 20 minutes. Put it in embers, give it 20 minutes. You've got a jacket spud. She's alright, isn't it? Should try that, really. There's a few things, yeah. But it's a good piece of kit. I've had it a while now. I've sort of, yeah, it's been all over. It's been all around Scotland, all around lakes, around Canada with me. It's a pretty important piece of kit over there. A few lads, they just all brought one of these each. And a big pot to cook in, like, you know, so you can. They're pretty good. Doubles up as your mug as well. Only problem is if you've boiled your water in it, either on fire or on the stove, and then you pop your coffee and you go to drink it a bit soon, end up with a burnt lip. I've done that before. It's not nice. You got to be a bit patient. Something I lack in that patience. But give it 2 minutes and it does tend to cool down, like, you know. But there's no rush this morning, evidently. We'll take our time. I've only brought the one pot though, so I'm gonna have to drink the brew and then I'll get some porridge on. I think the plan today is to have my porridge, definitely, but then maybe go for a bit of a dip. It's pretty calm out there, so maybe go for a swim, wake me up. We're all packed up. Thereabouts in camp. I've got the last few things to take down, but definitely one of the most important things is obviously making sure we don't leave anything. We don't want to leave anything. We want to make sure we leave it exactly how we found it, if not tidier. Now there's no rubbish over here. It's obviously not very well used. I doubt very many people decide to camp on this side when there's such brilliant camp spots over there, just close to the road, you know. So we're going to make sure, obviously, the fire pit's gone. Yeah, it's quite easy to do on rocks because we're just going to displace the rocks and make sure there's no evidence of that. We're going to make sure any rubbish that we've brought with us, we're taking back with us, and there's just nothing left that would show any evidence of anyone being here. Basically, we want to leave things nice and tidy and keep things pretty nice in the lakes, you know. So yeah, we'll get that done. Make sure we tip this fire pit over. Make sure we get rid of that. We'll get in the ball and get moving. So this was originally when we've been scouting from the bank. This was campsite number 1. We kind of thought, oh, this might do. You know, there's a few trees, might just be flat enough ground, that kind of thing. The problem with it is that the whole entire thing is so steep. I did film this yesterday, but I don't think it recorded. So I've come back just to show you a little bit of why we didn't camp here and why we chose to go somewhere else, basically. But I'll turn around in a minute. But when you look, it's all very steep. Now we did bring hammocks. So hammocks are great because you only need 2 trees. It doesn't matter what the ground underneath is like, you know. But if you look at it, and bearing in mind, you know, the midges have just started showing the faces really this year. And if I was a midgie, that is where I'd be seeking shelter. So we could have put a few hammocks up. It'd have been a bit tough finding somewhere to sit down and light a fire, but we'd have managed. You can camp anywhere really if you're hard enough, you know. But yeah, we decided not to, and we just went a little bit further around. Now we didn't have any sort of inkling that there was anything around there. I was under the impression that it were just steep the whole way around, but it's always worth just having an extra little bit of a look. To go the extra 20 metres, 30 metres, you know what I mean? The amount of times that found fantastic campsites just by going that further, maybe further 100 metres, you know. It's definitely well worth just checking it out. And if it's not, then you come back, you know what I mean? You come back and you're absolutely fine. But we're about, we're not far now, we're probably 300 metres from the van. So just going to paddle, enjoy myself slowly back. The lake is as calm as anything, it's like a mirror, it's beautiful. So we're going to slowly make our way back, start loading kit up, you know, and get sorted. Now I've had a bit of a thought this morning. I was driving over here and my fuel light's on. And I think it came on a while ago as well, which is funny because there's not many fuel stations around here. You forget, lakes doesn't seem like out in the sticks too much sometimes, but it definitely is here. Or at least it's a few miles away from a petrol station, you know, so that's going to be fun trying to find somewhere, but I'll manage. But yeah, I'm assuming, I mean, if you've got to this point of the video, you're doing all right, so maybe drop us a like or whatever you're supposed to do, and or a share or something like that. And yeah, I hope you've enjoyed it. But yeah, I really enjoy sort of like the canoeing aspect and the sort of chilled out thing. I use this like mental health's quite big nowadays, especially like getting men talking and stuff like that. And me and my group of mates are pretty good at that, you know. But I think we still need a bit of time to process shit and all that sort of stuff, and have a really good sort of think about what's going on and etc. And I think canoeing is an amazing way of sort of giving you that time to sort of think, giving you that time to sort of absorb a little bit of nature, you know, taking your surroundings, but also have a think about the shit you've got going on, you know. And I think that's pretty important today's day. There's a lot of shit going on, but I hope you've enjoyed it, and I hope maybe I've inspired you a little bit to get out yourselves. So yeah, thanks for watching. It's appreciated.